All right, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem is playing. Congratulations, by the way, on your first. Not your first, but your first of today. The Bugs are in attendance at the game. I wonder if that is the reason why it's so difficult to get tickets anywhere. Is the Bugs get all of them apparently? Is Conte Cole back in on the main team here? Let me check here. He was just there. Jesus was registered, but Kong Ko still not on the main roster. Oh, yes, he is. Very surprising that Kong Ko is not what are the words I'm looking for? English is my first language, ladies and gentlemen, but apparently not. Man, I almost I so yesterday, after the end of the game, I said I was gonna do the Samsung versus SSG game. Uh, but I decided to do this one instead. I wanted to do the Wantaim game, but SSG's starter was not very good. Today is Chirinos versus Yuanjin. Yuanjin pitches so well against LG, but Hanwha cannot score. Their offense is again the four straight one-run victories, five straight one-run games. The bullpen just is getting ran to death basically. Man, like Hano has been playing good, but man, it's tough. You can't expect Eugene Young and Shimu Jun to hit solo shots to give you a victory every single game. So I would take LG in that. Kia, man, lefty on the mound righty on the mound. I gotta take Kia just because NC is still they're still without oh, Davison is back, but Pak Ganu is still gone. So yeah, I would say Kia there, and then man, this game is gonna be a close one. I don't know why we're so late here. Is there we go, and now we have the first pitch. It's in there for a strike. I decided to do this game because Jesus was making his return as Cole Urban as that just catches the outside, and it's 0-2. Yeah, this game I would have to take I would say Doosan. Uh Actually no. I'd say KT because that's a hit. And then almost an error on the left fielder. I would say KT. KT has two guys on the bench that possibly as Kang Baeko and Hog Young Min are both on the bench could easily come in late in the game if KT needs a hit. So I would say KT wins this. Yeah, I'd go LG, KT, Kia. I will warn you though, I am not very lucky and I am not very good at picking things as Wang Jae-gyun looks at a strike right down the middle. And it's 0-1. Wang Jae-gyun hitting a robust 203. All right. Well, we'll find out who's the super smartest picker of the day. I'll even get an award going as that catches the bottom of the zone and it's 0-2. He's throwing strikes as Wang Jae-gyun doesn't know what the strike zone is. Kium versus who's Pak Seung? Pak Seung is not very good on the road. All righty, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be slapped over to the right side. And just like that, they've got runners on first and second. Two batters, two hits, ladies and gentlemen. And that is a good start for KT. They are not really aware of how to actually get hits with runners on base. So the fact that they apparently learned last night says a lot. 2-0-2 counts and two singles off of those 0-2 counts. Runners at first and second, and nobody out for An Hyun Min. Hitting nothing on the season. He is taken over at the DH spot. I've never ever heard of this guy in my life. But lefty on the mound, so they get a right-handed DH. There's a ball up high. Want to know? No, Kang Bae Ko not DHing since there's a lefty on the mound. He is 0 for 1 on the season. There we go, 0 for 1. 7 pitches for Urban. And here comes the 1-0 outside, and it's a 1-1. Outside corner, that is. Hmm. I have a charger anyway. A charger. I need a charger for my phone. And that is going to be another single into left field. They're going to hold him up at third, and just like that, they've got the bases loaded, nobody out on 3 straight hits. Would you like to rethink that, sir? Would you like to rethink that? Rojas steps in. I'm going to give you a stat real quick. Jesus on the season and his two road games. He has pitched 2 road games, 11.2 innings. He's given up 0 earned runs. As here comes the first pitch to Rojas, way up high, and it's 1-0. So Urban on the season has some issues with walks. Just throw it out there. He has a lot of issues with walks. 6 games, 36 innings, but he's got 18 walks already on the season. As the 1-0 pitch sets up on the inside, swing and a miss from Rojas, and it's 1-1. So he throws, kind of hard. Left-hander, 42%, 43% of the time, he's going to throw a fastball. Off of that, he's going to throw a 2-seam 145. So he's throwing his fastball 80% of the time, and then a cutter off of that. So it's almost all fastballs. As that is going to be another single into center field. 1 run will come in, and we'll see. That'll bring in 2. And an 2 RBI single as 2 runs come in, and quickly it's looking like my pick was super awesome. 4 straight singles will. Yeah, maybe I should have just stuck with the. I really wanted to stream Hanwha versus KT. Chirinos versus Yuan. Not often you get 2 guys that pitch for a decent amount of time in the MLB pitching against each other. This is not a good start for the old Doosan Bears. I have nothing prepared for it. As that is a ball on the outside and 1-0. Jang Sung-woo, 194 on the season. That's about how many people have stolen bases off of him. I'll continue to make fun of him. As here comes the 1-1 or 1-0 pitch in there for strike. See, I knew it was going to be 1-1. All right, the 1-1 sets up right down the middle, and it's way outside, and it's 2-1. 136 on that. I guess that was his cutter. Also has a curveball. So again, 91% of the time he's throwing some sort of fastball, either a 2-seam, a 4-seam, or a cutter. throws his curveball 9% of the time. As here comes the 2-1 pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball. 6-4-3. Told you this guy is awful, but that will score a run, and that will make it 3. As 2 outs on that 1 pitch, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 outs, 2 outs. And the worst defensive catcher in the league, worst throwing catcher in the league, and probably is the worst hitting catcher in the league. But to keep throwing him in that lineup, that's a good idea. Is Moonsong Chol lifts that one, second baseman, out into fair territory, but that will be 3 away. But they get 3 runs in the top of the first. We'll go to the bottom of the first. It's a lot to nothing. Yeah, definitely. 100% makes a lot of sense. He is a definite threat on the base pass. Jung Soo Bin leads things off at 295 now on his average. His cave in right field is exactly what I thought was going to happen for him. I thought he was going to hit very, very well because he has very good plate discipline. So I thought he was going to hit very well, and turns out he is. So Kim Min Hyuk in left, Bae Jung Dae in center, and Rojas in right. The standard defensive alignments. Wang Jae Gyun over at left. Moon Sang Chul on first base. At short is Gwang Dong Jin, and then at second is Jang Jun Won. KT's been struggling to get guys in the middle of the line or the middle of the infield. Is Oh Yoon Sok has not pitched well or not done well. And then Kim Song Soo is injured. Obviously, they lost Shimu Jun in free agency, so they've been doing whatever they can to get somebody out there into the middle infield. But Guangdong Jin has hit well. He's hitting over 350 on the season. Very important because they like to sub him late in the game with 200 batters, 200 average batters. Very important to do that to make sure that your team loses. Again, KT, LG, Hanwha, and Doosan have managers that I wouldn't let manage a beer league softball team. There he is right there. All right, the Jung Soo Bin looks at strike one right down the middle. And it's on. Jung Soo Bin, 295 on the season. Big chicken wing, and that is outside. 1-1. Oh, 295 on the season. Sees about 6 pitches at bats, it seems like. He doesn't strike out much. He fouls off a lot. Doesn't have a lot of power, but he can put one over, as that is low. And it's 2-1. Is this making his first start after taking off for injury? I believe it was a hamstring issue, I want to say. As swing and a miss at ball 3, and it's 2-2. The amount of bugs at Jamshil, like you can see it on the screen. The bugs are so thick every single game. All right, the 2-2 pitch, and that's going to be lifted into left field. Kim Min Hyuk gliding over in foul territory, makes the catch right at the wall, and that will be 1 away. The And first pitch to Cave is in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. Yeah, Go. And the second pitch is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. See how many pitches Jesus can go. He's has an excellent ERA on the season, a 1.01 ERA, but it's a little misleading. He's given up 3 runs on the season, but he's or 3 earned runs, but he's given up 8 runs total, as the defense has not been very good behind him, and that is up high, 1-2. So his last few games, like last game against QM, he only pitched 4.2 innings. He gave up 3 runs, but none of them were earned, as that's going to be a ground ball liner right to the second baseman, and that is 2 away. Pretty good defensive scouting report right there. So on the season again, 5 games, he's 1-1. His last 2 games combined, he's only pitched 7.2 innings. Only 3 innings against NC, but only threw 66 pitches. I'm not sure what that was. Then the next game against QM only pitched 4.2 innings, gave up 3 runs, none of them earned. Is that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Yang Yi. Misses inside there, and it's 1-1. That is fantastic right there. Making 25, number 25 with empty seats. And KT does not have very many fans, so the away games are not going to do much. Cameraman, you might a little creepy. As the girl who is did all that is giggling with a fan in front of her face as she sees herself on TV. As here comes the 2-2 pitch to Yang Yi. Yang Yi. That's outside, and we've got our first full count of the day. Almost got through a whole inning without having one, ladies and gentlemen. Almost. Almost. All right, here comes the 3-2. That's going to be a grounded foul. Ball boy will have to go out on the field because he wasn't very quick with that. Jesus saw 4 pitches, mainly fastball, 4-seam fastball, 55% of the time at 147, which is pretty fast for a left-hander in this league. Off of that, a slider, 18% of the time at 133, changeup 134, and then a 2-seam about 10% of the time. So mainly a fastball slider guy that is fouled away, and we'll have another 3-2 count. So very different than Irvin on the mound, because Irvin has about the same speed on his 4-seam, but again, Irvin is a fastball 2-seam cutter. As that is way outside, and that will be a ball 1. Sorry, ball 4. I can't count either. So I teach English and not math. Oh, Yang Yi with a 2-outs walk will bring up Kim Jae-won. Yeah. All righty. Kim Jae-won looks at the ball 1 low, and it's 1-0. Jesus already at 18 pitches, despite only having the 1 walk. Kim Jae-won back from his time at the second league in Ichun, not Ichun or Incheon. Ichun, I think, is the place where their second team is. Alrighty, here comes the 3-0 score, and now it's a 3-0 count. Jesus struggling with command here after he gets these 2 early strikeout or 2 early outs. And the 3-0 right down the middle, 3-1. Get me over fastball. Last year, he did face Doosan 4 times whenever he was with Kyum. Pitched well, 235 or 255 ERA is that is popped up. Third baseman Wang Jae-gyun in foul territory, and that will be 3 away. He gives up a 2-out walk, but nothing from it, and we'll go to the second inning. It's 3-0 KT, as Jesus is not happy with himself after that performance in that inning. Way too many pitches as far as he is concerned. 21 pitches in that first inning. But only 17 for Urban. In 0-2 count, single, 0-2 count, single, 1-1 count, single. Dino Pizza. Dino Pizza. Dino Pizza. That's the company that makes the SSG or uniforms. Guangdong Jen will lead things off for KT in the top of the second. I have no idea. I figured Alan would be here. Alan is a big Doosan fan. Well, I don't know where Kiwi is. Kiwi may be at the game. That's where he was last night. He was at the game. Obviously, Mary Kate is wherever the cheerleaders are. All right, here we go. Cole Orban back on the mound. 17 pitches in his first inning as Guangdong Jin looks at strike one, and it's 0-1. 378 on the season for the left or the shortstop is going to be off of Yang Sung Wan's glove, and he will be at first base with another single. Should be an error, but if they found another KBO English streamer, I would be more surprised than pissed. Definitely should have had that, but he didn't. And now they've got the leadoff runner on again. All right, we're going to have a bunt. Bae Jung Dae misses the bunt, and that is a strike. Fouled into the mitts. I think a fouled bunt caught should be should automatically be an out. Doesn't matter if it goes over your head or whatever. All righty, here comes the 0-1 and checks over on Guangdong Jin. All right, he squares to the bunt once again. He drops it down. That might be a little trouble as Urban grabs it, throws, and that will be 1 away. The old 1-4 sack bunt putouts brings up the number 9 hitter as they move him over, but again, they still have to get a hit. This is something that I will never understand. They still need a hit out of the number 9 hitter. And Jung Jun Wan steps in at 205 on the season and looks at strike one, and it's 0-1. Alrighty, here we go. The 0-1 sets up on the inside, and that is lifted into left field, and it's going to drop And just like that, you bunt him over because you're going to get a blue pitch into left field to score another run, ladies and gentlemen, just like you drew it up on the board. And KT's up 4-0. Yeah, Doosan is not looking good. I think that's the only way to say it. Be surprised if their manager makes it through the whole season. He shouldn't be here this year. He's a lame duck. As Kim Min Hyuk looks at the ball one low, and it's 1-0. 4-0 already. I assume you took the over? And here comes the 1-0. That's going to be a ground ball right back to Urban. He throws to the shortstop, throws to first, and another double play is the 1-6-3 double play ends the inning, but they get another run as we will go to the bottom of the second. It's 4-0 KT. Well, you had two foreigners on the mound, Jesus with an ERA of 1, and then Irvin with an ERA of 1.9. And on top of that, the scoring has been way down on the season. Two double plays. Was 8? The last game they was a 3-2 game, 4-3 before that, 2-1 before that, 2-1 before that, 3-5 against Lotte. The last time Hano had a 10-run game or over 8 was a week ago against Lotte. And that had 2 errors in it. Last time LG, I guess Friday LG had yeah. Yeah, I would think it would be the other way. As Jesus back out on the mound, ERA down to point. Oh, that's his WAR. Never mind. Pake meme. All right, Kim Gi-yeon looks at just strike one, and it's 0-1. Kim Gi-yeon, today's DH. 안녕하세요. All right, the 0-2 pitch now. As I wish I would have, I really wish I would have streamed the Hanwha and LG game at this point. As the 0-2 popped up and stays 0-2. They talked about that, the walls being lower, and they're like, yeah, you'll see some home run robberies. All right, here comes the 0-2. Misses out of the strike zone, and it's 1-2. Really? And that's misses in the dirt, and now it's 2-2. This mirror does Jesus look like he put on a few kgs in the off season. I don't remember him being this big. 192. What was he listed at last year? 192. As Kim Gi-yeon gives that a lift, but shortstop out into the grass, and that will be 1 away. Doosan just has no life in their bodies. They just don't seem like they're playing with any passion at all. I mean, yeah, they're down 4-0, but come on, it's still the second inning. They're just like, "Bleh." Like you change it to the Doosan Donkeys because it really just sounds like Eeyore. See if I got that. There we go. The Doosan Donkeys. And that is a lifted left fielder going back to the wall at the track and two away. And going to go real quick like would be fantastic. Fantastic. And that is fouled away. And it's 0-1. So Park Jun Young, 263 on the season. Again, the Doosan infielders are really struggling on the year. Uh, when you have all four of the all four of your infielders in the last four spots of the lineup, that is not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. As that is lifted in to shallow right. That will drop in front of Rojas. He throws to second and he is out. Well, that will put an end to it as he gets a single, but then gets thrown out at seconds and headbutted into the future children. But they get their first hit, ladies and gentlemen. They get their first hits of the day. Congratulations to the Doosan Donkeys. The Doosan Donkeys. All righty. Well, yeah. And then Eugene Young, what has gotten into him, man? Eugene Young is on his tear. He does this every year though. He will have like a 2 to 3 really, really good weeks for Hanwha and then just jump off a cliff. All right, KT will have the number two hitter coming up. Of course, singled in his first at bat. Now, I gotta give every team their due. It's a nice job, cameraman, following that ball. Thought he was gonna try to pile drive the guys. That is all right. Ball one. I was strike one. I was watching the replay because he headbutted him right in the old natters. And here comes the 0-1 up high, 1-1. Wong Jae-gyun, 213 now on the season for today's third baseman. And the 1-1 way outside, 2-1. There you go, looking at the ball instead of where you're going. And here comes the ground ball. Let's foul third base coach. Ooh, got an error on the third base coach. And that'll make it 2-2. And a A nice pirouette swing, and that will be the first strikeout of the game, ladies and gentlemen, all the way into the third inning. Before we get our first K, was not expecting that at all, as both of these guys strike out more than one an inning. I guess Cole Urban strikes out about one an inning. All right, Anhyun Min steps in. He singled with a run scored in his first at bats. As that is in there for a strike on the right down the middle. 500 now on the season, as that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop grabs it, throws across the diamond, and that's is two away. That brings up Rojas. Rojas with an RBI or two RBI single in his first at bats. He's responsible for the first two KT runs in the first inning. And a curveball in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1 way outside, and it's 1-1. Fastball. Nobody cares about the tracking data way after the game. They want to they show this tracking data, and then because they're showing the tracking data, we don't get to see the actual live game. We don't care about this during the game, as that is fouled away, and it's 2-2 now. Like nobody cares what speed he hit the ball 2 innings later while he's taking a pitch from the pitcher. All right, the 2-2 pitch to Mr. Rojas, hitting 250 now as he calls time. And the 2-2, and that's going to be a ground ball right back up the middle. I thought they might have their very first 1-2-3 inning, but KT has other things to say about that, as Rojas is now, what, 2 for 2 on the day. How many people watch those games? As that's outside, and it's a 1-0. All right. Rojas, or sorry, Jang Sung Woo. And that's going to be a liner jumping catch by the shortstop. And that will end the third for KT. They finally didn't score any runs, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. Yeah, that's what I figured. They actually they sent me a message in the spring. Because again, I talked to them last year about doing KBO streaming for them, but since I'm in Korea, I can't. And then they sent me a message, and I want to say in March, but I didn't. They send it on Discord, and I never check it, and I didn't notice it until about 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh yay, what do you guys need? But yeah, they since I can't since I'm in Korea, I can't stream on their platform because Korea, I would be streaming from Korea, which is something that I can't do on their platform. It's weird stuff, even. But yeah, so for the next year and a half or so, I guess I will be hanging out here on YouTube. I'll still be on YouTube even if I did stream there, doing this same style. I would just run 3 streams, one for the game with the game, one here for YouTube, and then the vertical for all those vertical chatters. All right, we should be coming back here. Should be coming back. Maybe. Why is my thing not working? Yeah, I did too. I did it for 2 years on Africa TV. That's why if you look at the top of your screen, that middle one is the Africa TV logo. As Jesus Oh Myung Jin will lead things off as he looks at ball one outside, and it's 1-0. That's going to be a ground ball. Guangdong Jin grabs it, throws a bad throw, and he is safe. That'll be an error on the shortstop. Yeah, very, very few people ever watch, though. Like, a good day would be 100 views. Like, yeah, a good day would be 100 views on Africa TV. All right, here we go. Runner on first now. And Kang Sung Ho looks at strike one. And Jesus is he's given up 3 earned runs and he's given up 5 unearned runs. Now, already has 1 error here in this game. As the runner over at first is courtesy of an error, and that is going to be low and outside. 1-1 now. Kang Sung Ho and not having a good year again. The entire infield for Doosan, 208 for Kang Sung Ho, who was an all-star level second baseman last year. He's now over at third base and has not been doing well at all as he pops that one up, throws the bat out of the way, second baseman under it, and that is 1 away. Flips the lineup back over to Jung Soo Bin though, and Jesus wants a new baseball. Let's see here. All right, here we go. The 0-0 pitch to Jung Soo Bin at 292 on the season. A foul pop up into a left field as a time is called. The umpire just said that I called a time as Jesus is not happy. The chubby he's like 9 seconds were left. All right, here comes the pitch as that is lifted into right field. Rojas under it. They really seem to be struggling with the lights as Rojas kind of was like holding his hand up, trying to block the lights a little bit. So we might need some light maintenance up there. Get the old harness out and do some little climbing. Fix the angles there. All right. Cave steps in. He lined out to the second baseman as a throw over there to Om Young Jin. And he's over there courtesy of a error on the shortstop. Still light out to, it's what, 7:15. It's at light out to about 8 o'clock plus the lights. Cave averaged down to 349 and now on the season. And that misses low, and it's 1-0. Again, you have to worry about Jesus's pitch count. He's at 40 pitches now, but remember, he hasn't pitched in a little over 2 weeks. As here comes the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. So the last time he pitched was on the 18th. So I guess 12 days ago was the last time he pitched. But again, his last two pitches or last two games, a 4.2 innings and a 3 inning outing. So 7.2 innings out of his last two outings. So the 1-1 is fouled away and it's 1-2. The opening day starter against Hanwha went 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, and then a shutout against Lotte. 7 innings, 0 runs. And then the errors started. It took a loss to LG, gave up 3 runs, but only one of them was earned. And then his last outing again, 4.2 innings to Kium, but 3 runs, none of them earned. So uh, KT has dealt with a lot of issues this year. Again, they're usually a very slow starting team. They usually hang around the cellar for the first month and a half, 2 months. This year, they're hanging out up at the top as that runs in, and that will be 2-2. I'm surprised that Doosan is not running. There is a lefty on the mound, obviously, but I'm really surprised they are not running on Jang Sung-woo. And the 2-2 way outside, 3-2. Set up outside of the batter's box, and he threw it outside the batter's box. Second full count of the day for Doosan. First one was a walk to Yang Ji in the first inning. All righty, the 3-2 pitch. A curveball misses badly, and that will put runners on first and second. All right, still just 2 outs. Yang Ji steps in. He is a guy that can make this into a ball game once again. And he fouls that one away. He's upset with himself for missing it, and it's 0-1. 269 on the season for the Doosan captain and backstop. And that misses upstairs, 1-1. Yang Ji, Yang Ji. And the 1-1, 2-1. And the 2-1 as he fouls that one away off the hand, and it's 2-2. All right, here we go. The 2-2 pitch, and he spins around, makes him run back to second base. Nobody there to cover anyway. And we'll have another 2-2 pitch. Yummy chicken wing. Yummy. That's ripped into left field. That's going to score at least one as he comes up with it, and that will make it 4-1 as they finally get on the board. Like I said, he is a guy that could make the game interesting once again. Nick K will be hanging out over there at third. Yang G at second, and they've got themselves a 2-out rally here. As the unearned run comes around to score. Remember, inning it should have already been over, but the error by the shortstop is now got Doosan with two runners in scoring position. Kim Jae-won, a guy that can tie the game right away, but instead he's going to pop it up. That's going to be trouble. Second baseman out, makes the catch, and that will be 3 away. But they get one back on the air, the walk, and the RBI double by the captain. We'll go to the fourth inning. It's 4-1 KT. One hits? No, they've got 2 hits. My bad. Let's see here. Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I was like, well, at least one run is gonna. Oh no, I guess not. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how fast Cave is. They've now left 3 on base, and Jesus' pitch count is a climbing a little. He's at 51 pitches, 18 in that inning. Cave is just sitting at 39, so they actually have 7 hits. Man, how many times are they going to show this picture of these uniforms? All right, so Moon Sang Chul will lead things off and looks at ball one on the inside. Want to know. Moon Sang Chul, in his first at bat, he popped up to the second baseman. And here comes the 1-0. Low 2-0. Well, Urban has not walked anybody yet, which is definitely a surprise. Again, he's got 18 walks in 36 innings on the season. As that is outside. Did he go around? He did not, and it's 3-0. 5 walks in his last at bat or last game, 3 in the game before that, 4 in the game before that. So 12 walks in his last 3 games. Is that one is a get me over fastball, and it's 3-1. I don't know how fast is Cave. Does he have any speed? And the 3-1 misses low, and there's that first walk of the day. Took a while, but it came, and that will be a leadoff walk. Moonsang Chol will be on first base for the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Jesus is a little more closed than Irvin. And here comes a bunt. Lovely bunts as he should have gone to second base there. What a bad play. That was an awful, awful play by the pitcher. 1-4 on the putouts, but man, he had all day to make the play over at second base. Shortstop was there. He easily could have made that play. Again, KT bunting with their guy that's hitting 357 on the season, as that is outside, and it's now 1-0. Absolute stupid manager decisions. Runner on first, nobody outs. So you bunt, lower your chance of scoring a run by 4%. And not only that, but you bunt with your best hitter, and the next guy up is now 1-1. He did have a sacrifice bunt last game, or last at bats. He's 0 for 0 on the day, 222 on the season. As why is KT have like maroon now? As that is lifted into right field. The cave over will make the catch. He will throw to third, and the throw not going to be in time, as that will move the runner over to third. But it's still, you still got to get a hit. And you got to get a hit or hope for a wild pitch, one of the two. As that is 2 away now, and now you've got your number 9 hitter coming up. Yeah, he came through the last time, but not something you can expect to happen a lot. All right, Jung Jun Won, an RBI single in his first at bat. That's going to be a ground ball right to the second baseman. Throws over to first, and the sacrifice bunt means absolutely nothing as they go over 2 with runners on base and over 2 with runners in scoring position, and they strand another one. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 4-1 KT. Absolutely stupid KBO decisions. The finest of stupid KBO decisions, the bunt. They must have a quota system going in the KBO. You cannot manage, you cannot keep your job unless you bunt at least 7,000 times a season. Well, elsewhere around the league, a little recap before we get into the second half, or go to the 4th. Okay. LG's down 0-1 against Hanwha, but they do have a runner on second and nobody out, and Moonbo Kyung is up. Kium is up 1-0, threatening with some more as they got runners on first and second against the Lotte, but 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. NC's up 1-0 against Kia, and Samsung just went up 3-1 against SSG, as it was 1-1 just a bit ago. But SSG's got a runner on first with 1 out, and the McBroom up, hoping to. And never mind, it's now 3-3. Like I said, they've got McBroom up, and I guess he just hit a 2-run shot, and he did. As McBroom comes through with a 2-run shot to tie the game, his second home run of his illustrious KBO career. He now has 3 hits in his career, and he has 2 homers of those 3 hits. If you need a guy that is all or nothing, get you some McBroom. As Jesus back out there, first pitch is Kim Gi-yeon, absolutely crushing that. Goodbye. It is a 4-2. Absolutely crushed. Well, you got a 4-2 count, or a 4-2 game. That's the first home run that he's given up. Or sorry, the second home run he's given up on the season. He gave up 1 other home run. That was to Kia. Nope, that's wrong. All right. He's gave up one home run to LG. Is that's in there for a strike and it's 0-1. And here comes the 0-1 pitch and fouls that one off and it's 0-2. Yang Sung Wan steps in. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to left field in his first at bats. And a swing and a miss. That's his first strikeout of the day, ladies and gentlemen. As that's one away now. 160 kilometers off of the bats. Absolutely, again, absolutely crush. It was just whether or not it was going to stay fair, as that's in there for a strike and it's 0-1. Camera angle was not very good. I really, really wish the KBO would just hire me to stream from the game so I could actually see something. As that has popped up a center fielder, Bei Jung Dae under it, and that is 2 away. 31.8 degrees, 125 meters on a four seam fastball. I said, nope, let's just put this one back out. Is that curved over the top of the little flag for the foul pole? I guess I don't know what that's called. As that is fouled away and it's 0-1. And that's in there for a strike and it's 0-2. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be a liner caught by the shortstop, and that will be 3 away. But Doosan cuts the lead down to 2 on the solo shot by Kim Gi-yeon, and we will go to the 5th inning. It's 4-2 KT. KT will also have the top of the order coming up. Let's see here. Jesus sitting at 60, and 9 pitch inning there is something he really needed. Puts him at 60. And let's see. Cole Urban sitting at 49 pitches. He has been efficient. He's just, unfortunately for him, he's given up a lot of hits consecutively. Is elsewhere around me. We got all close games. 3-1 nothing games, a 3-3 game, and then this game is a 4-2. It was looking like it was going to be an absolute uh, cluster as KT with that very quick 4 runs in the first 2 innings. But Doosan is scratched 2 back, making the game at least interesting. We've got to the top of the 5th now. Cole Urban still out there. Again, 49 pitches. But now this one's saying it's 165. The other one said it was 160. Now this one says 164 or 65. The other one said it was 125 meters. This one says it's 117. The other one said it was 31 degrees. This one says it's 28 degrees. Make up your guys' mind. Is that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, and that is a very, very quick 4-3 ground out, and it's 1 away. Well, Cole Urban just at 50 pitches. I wish somebody, one of the pitchers, would wear the pitch comm on the front of their belts so it looked like they were wearing a giant belt buckle. As that is way up high. I want to know. Wong Jae-gyun, 1 for 2 on the day. Single and a run score back in the first, and a strikeout in the third. Looks it's ball 2 inside, and it's 2-0. Oh, he hurt himself. His thumb is all busted up. And the 2-0, that's a chopped foul, and it's 2-1. What are they doing? Hey, man, hey, we're watching that. Man. It's like they're maybe putting on a skin patch or something. Is not even catchable by the catcher, and it's a 3-1 now. I know I used to put on fake skin whenever I used to bowl, as that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop over to his left, grabs it, throws across, and in the dirt, but scooped up by Young Sung Won, and that's will be 2 away. I used to put it on before I bowled so I didn't tear up my thumb, because if I didn't, I would end up not being able to bowl. Back in the day, ladies and gentlemen. Russian for no reason as An Hyun Min steps in, looks at ball 1. An Hyun Min singled and scored a run in the first inning, a 6-3 ground out in his last at bat, so 1 for 2 on the day. He's dropped his average down to 333 on the season. And here comes the 1-0 swing and a miss, and that is a big swing and no ding. Still don't get this uniform, this little cheerleader uniform. Is going to be ripped into center field as Jung Soo Bin catches it as he falls down, does a push up, and shows he has muscles. As we'll go down to the bottom of the fifth, it's still 4-2 KT. A very quick 1-2-3. The first 1-2-3 of the game for KT. Very, very first 1-2-3. Cave working efficiently. Even in his first inning where he ended up giving up 3 runs, he still only threw 17 pitches versus Jesus, who has thrown more than 17 pitches in 2 innings. Cave right there, that inning was 10 or 9, which is the second most he's thrown, or the third most or the second lowest he's thrown. He threw 8 in the second, 10 in the fourth, 9 in the fifth. So just those 3 innings, he's 27 pitches. He's at 58 through 5 innings. It's almost like he could definitely go a full take a full a complete game loss, as he's been a super efficient, as KT's just going up there and hacking away. So Jesus is still out there on the mound. Again, I don't know how much more he's going to be able to throw. This says a lot about the state of these guys' offense. Is 0 of their teammates are in the top 10 offensively. Samsung with 4 guys in the top 7. Again, it's a little skewed because they play in Daegu, which is the easiest stadium to hit, as the power rallies, the left center and right center field is basically that of a little league. As first pitch from Jesus is low, and it's ball 1. Kang Sung Ho 0 for 1 on the day, popped up to the second baseman to back in the third, and that is going to be ripped into left field, and he's got himself a leadoff single from the 9 spots, and that brings the tying run up to the plate in Jung Soo Bin, who just made the catch laying on the ground to end the top of the 5th for Doosan. Wong Jae-gyun. Sorry, I don't know why I just said Wong Jae-gyun. Jung Soo-bin has a chance to do some stuff here. Will they bunt, ladies and gentlemen? As we have some changes here. An Chi Young is in right, and Rojas moves over to left. That's in there for a strike. I was like, wait, why is Rojas in left? But apparently there was a little change after the last inning. And that is low, 1-1. Now, An Chi Young will go over to right field. Rojas will move from right field over to left field. And Kim Min Hyuk will take a shower. There we go. We're all fixed now, and here we go. I don't know what Wang Jae-gyun is pointing to. Is pointing to the outfield or the back behind home. I guess somebody had a flash on or something. Yep, there we go. The announcers just said what I said. Imagine that. If they were me, they would have been even better. But here comes the 1-1 pitch. As that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman is going to have to make a play. The scoop in time. And Kang Sung Ho, a heads up base running there as he goes first to third. And so Kang Sung Ho is going to be over at third. Jung Soo Bin with the bunts. The second baseman with the glove scoop. Again, Jung Soo Bin is very fast. He is a left-hander that has that Ichiro style kind of falling towards first base as he swings. A great play by Jung Jun Won to even make the play close. Again, a running scoop with the glove, a hard scoop too. It wasn't just some soft little toss to the first baseman. It was a hard scoop. And we'll check the replay over at first. Is Moonsong Chol a good? Oh, Moonsong Chol. He should be out over there at first. Moonsong Chol with awful footwork as his foot was on top of the bag instead of on the side of the bag. Yeah, he is definitely out. Moonsong Chol again, his foot is on top of the bag instead of on the side of the bag. I mean, he's out either way, but not good foot positioning over at first base. A good stretch, and the something that I often see badly played by the KBO first baseman is their stretches before they know where the ball is coming from. So, but there'll be one out now. Is again Kang Sung Ho, a heads up play there, goes first to third on that play. So they've got a runner over at third now with just one out. In the lovely headfirst slide that all of these KBO guys want to play with instead of running through it. What's up, Mary Kate? As the cave swings and a miss at a pitch way off the zone. And it's pitcher number 67 coming up, ladies and gentlemen. All righty. The 0-1 pitch number 67 means it's going to be a strike. And that misses low, 1-1. KT better win this. They were up 3-0 in the first. They had 4 hits before they ever got an out. And that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, throws to first, but that will be an RBI ground out. And just like that, it is now 5-3. Great heads up play by Kong Sung Ho on that ground out. Was again, that is why they scored a run here. All right, you got the bottom of the fifth now, 2 outs. Yang E.G. steps in and looks at strike one. 69 pitches for Jesus. And that is upstairs, 1-1. Mary Kate, oh, hey, champ. As I saw both green, I was thinking that was Mary Kate doing both of them. Mary Kate, you're not watching the LG game, as LG just tied the game with a Pak Dong Wan a home run, a solo shot to make it 1-1. As here we go, Yang E.G. Off the handle, and it's fouled away, 1-2. Oh, champ. That'd be super awesome if this was Champ Bailey in my chat. And the 1-2 pitch as he lifts that one up under it, and a center fielder, Beijing Day, under it. And that will be 3 away. That ends the fifth, which means we'll take a little bit of a break. They get another one on a single, a heads up base running. I've tried. I cannot get one. I wish I could, but I'll talk about it whenever I get back. Refill your beverages, whatever you need to do. I'll see you guys in a few. All right, we're back. Let's check the weather for you, Kenny. I think it's gonna be wet. So tomorrow, lots of rain early. It's supposed to stop around 5-ish. So it'll be tough. Thank you, Tio Aguilar. All right. So Cole Urban is still out there. Rojas leading off the sixth here. He is 2 for 2 on the day. He looks at strike one, and it's all in one. In Cole Urban, just 59 pitches after that pitch there. So again, 58 pitches through the first 5 innings. Even though he's given up 4 runs, that's a strike on the outside, and it's 0-2. Man, it's so difficult. Doosan obviously is going to have a better chance with since they are home. Yeah, but man, Doosan, I just don't trust Doosan's manager with a bullpen issue. But it looks like neither team is going to the bullpen as Jesus is at 72 or 73 pitches. I'll have to check real quick how many he's at. It says 72 on the screen, but that's not always right. Is That's way outside, and it's 1-2. No, 73 is what he's at. So both pitchers sitting comfortable with the pitches, the pitch count. So you have to think that it's just going to be a very back end. Cole Urban has only walked one so far today, and again, it's something he really struggles with. How is he going to do after that little break? Man, I gotta go with KT here. I just I don't like Doosan's manager. I really just think he is one of the worst managers in the league. I just don't trust him to make good decisions at the end as that is fouled away and it's 3-2. We'll see how again Cole Urban on the season usually throws about 100 pitches. He's only at 64 now, so he could throw a complete game here. But KT has a couple guys in the back end of that bullpen that can close things out. It's only Wednesday, so obviously they haven't pitched 2 games in a row, and that is fouled away again, and it stays 3-2. So I would go with KT. Again, KT still has Kang Min Ho and Hog Young Min on the bench if they do need somebody pinch hitting late in the game too. So they have a righty and a lefty on the bench that can come in to pinch hit late in the game for the bottom of that order. As a swing and a miss there, is it tied him up, and that will be his second strikeout of the day, and one away in the top of the sixth here. That brings up the guy that I don't know why he's still playing. All the games still really close as Lotte has put up 2 more to make it 4-1. Yeah, I so almost streamed that game. Like I started, I was like, man, Chirinos versus Yurhan Jen, what a game to stream. But I'm like, no, I promised I would either do this game or the Samsung SSG game. Is the 1-0 misses outside and it's 2-0. Oh, 68 pitches. Jong Sung-woo. He is 0 for 2. He's 6-4-3 ground out and a line out to the shortstop. And the 2-0 misses outside and it's 3-0. Cannot get that curveball to drop in. And the 3-0 get me over for a strike and it's 3-1. And the 3-1 grounded this third baseman throws across the diamond and gets him by 6 steps. Don't know why he's even on the team. Don't know why he's even on the team. Two away now is that will bring up Moonsang Chol. And he still hasn't made it over to the dugouts. Again, absolutely zero. The only time he ever has any hustle is whenever he wants to fight somebody, as that runs in on Moonsang Chol. Walked in his last at bat, 0 for 1 on the day, 237 on the season for number 24, the first baseman, as that misses low, and it's 2-0. Both KT Wiz fans are in attendance for today's game. And the 2-0 pitch runs inside again, and it's 3-0. Again, the man, I just don't know how he hasn't walked anybody. Hey, here comes the 3-0 pitch. And he almost hits him. That will be his second walk of the day. And we've got a 2-out walk. They put up another run? Four-pitch walk as he has ran into some control issues here late in this game in the sixth inning. In just 58 pitches in the first first 5 innings. 17 pitches, 8 pitches, 14 pitches, 10 pitches, 9 pitches. He's already at 17 pitches here. He's going to be pitch number. That is going to be a line, but the jumping catch by the second baseman, as these guys have, the middle infielders have played absolutely fantastic today. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth. It's 4-3 KT. Absolute rocket caught by right at the peak of his jump, and they leave another one on. They have left 3 on now. As Cole Urban continues to just work through it. 18 pitches that inning leaves him at 76 on the day. And again, elsewhere around the league, SSG takes the 4-3 lead in the bottom of the fifth. NC's up 2-0 against Kia. Lotte's up 7-1 now. And they're still only in the top of the fourth inning. Again, Lotte is the best ever at making sure that the fans get the most for their money, as the pitch clock apparently is not in effect for Lotte games. I'm not sure how they worked on that, but you cannot get Lotte KBO bread, and you cannot get Lotte KBO pitch clocks. KT obviously here 4-3, but the other game 1-1 in the top of the sixth, as a definite pitchers duel. 84 pitches from Chirinos through 5, 4 hits. He's given up 1 run, and Yuan Jin has 73 pitches through 5.2 innings, and he's only given up 1 run. As those two are doing exactly what I thought they would. What's rigged? What's rigged, Mary Kate? Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And Kim Jae-won looks at ball 1 way outside. And the 1-0 pitch catches the bottom of the zone, 1-1. Thank you, thank you. And the 1-1 misses upstairs, 1-1, 2-1. So Kim Jae-won 0 for 2 on the game. He foul pop up to the third baseman. That is gonna give him a hit as he puts it into right field, and he's got himself a leadoff single here in the sixth inning. As Again, Doosan is just slowly plugging away at this game as that brings up Kim Gi-yeon, who had a solo shot in his last at-bats. I wonder how long Jesus is going to be able to go. We'll have a pinch runner here. Josu Hang out to steal some bases. And absolute speed now on the base pass and absolute not good throws back behind the mound or behind the plate. Josu Hang will stay into play outfield. All righty, here comes the pitch. Outside, 1-0. Really have to wonder what takes him so long to run. Kim Gi-yeon now 300 on the season. The backup catcher. So if anything does happen to Yang Yi, he would take over back behind the plate and they'd lose the DH. But swing and a miss there, and it's 1-1. Goes down to one knee to swing and miss. Get a better look at the pitch that he can't hit, I guess. Will he go on this pitch? And another one. No, he's going to check over and little bump there by Moonsong Chol. All righty, here we go. The 1-1 pitch. And checks over on him again, and they've got him picked off. We'll see if they can do it. It's a 1-3-6 tag out as he is picked off. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is, well, let's just say that is, that's why I think KT is going to win this game. Wow. He's like, oh, crap. Oh, that goes down as a 1-3-6-1 putouts. And Kim Gi-yeon lifts that one, but it's foul, and it's 1-2. Well done, Doosan manager. Excellent decisions all around. Super, super coachy. Alrighty. Here we go. And that's in there for a strike. And he looks at a pitch that just went literally could not be more middle. That was the most middle pitch that I have ever seen in my entire life. If it even touched another line on the center of and the quadrants, if it touched a line, I would be absolutely amazed. That was so middle. All right, now you got 2 outs for Yang Sung-wan, who looks at a ball down by his feet, and it's 1-0. Yang Sung-wan, a F7, a fly out to left in his first at bat, a strikeout in his last at bat, 0 for 2 on the day. 82 pitches for Jesus, and here comes the 1-0 curveball, drops in there for a strike, and it's 1-1 now. 117 on that curveball. That is kilometers, not miles per hour, ladies and gentlemen. That would be the equivalent of a tortoise, roughly. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a miss, and that is 0-2, but a very fancy pirouette on that swing and a miss. 2 buttons undone means you need 20 home runs, not 20 strikeouts, sir. How many home runs does he have? 4? 4 home runs. What a guess, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute machine calling your games as that's filed away, and it's now 1-2, or still 1-2. Jesus, looking like a uh, been to the pawn shop with all the gold, the big gold necklace, two gold earrings in each ear, and the 1-2 slaps at it, but it's foul, and it stays 1-2. 86 pitches now. Have to think that this is his last inning. And this is his first game back after missing 2 weeks or two starts of the injury. Yeah, and we have a little time called by the batter. Warming up. Song. There you go. He went, and that will be another strikeouts on the day. Is 87 pitches for Jesus, third strikeout of the day for him. We'll go to the seventh inning. It's 4-3 KT. KT will have the 8 and 9 1 hitters coming up. Big, 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 biggie, biggie, biggie. Biggie, biggie, biggie. Can't you see sometimes it hypnotize me? All righty, what do we got here? Beijing Day leading things off. Lotte 0 for 4 with the runners on base since their quick early lead. Again, they put up 3 in the first inning, 1 in the second inning. Cole Irvin should still be out there as he's only thrown 76 pitches. But the who knows? Again, with the Doosan manager, he may bring in yesterday's starter. Wouldn't say that that would be the dumbest move I've ever seen him make. Oh, 76 pitches for Cole Irvin so far. Jesus sitting there at 87 pitches. Both through 6 innings. So both of them, actually, no. Cole Irvin, not a quality start. But Jesus will have himself a quality start. Beijing Day looks at the ball one outside, and it's 1-0. Joe Suhang stays in left field, just like I told you he would. A solid defender, very fast, but not fast enough to not get picked off, as that's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. So Beijing Day 0 for 1 as he slaps ball 2 away, and it's 1-2. Sacrifice bunt in his first at bats. Actually ended up scoring a run on the next hits. After that, a fly out to right in his last at bats after there was a sacrifice fly. And that is going to be a 6-3 groundouts to start the seventh inning here. Brings up the old number 9 hitter, Jung Jun Wan. Jung Jun Wan, 1 for 2 on the day. RBI single back in third inning. It's currently the difference in the game. In 3 in the first, and then the RBI single by Jung Jun Wan, the number 9 hitter. And ball 1, 1-0. So 4-3 ground out in his last at bats. And the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 1-1. Lerman working efficiently. And the 1-1 pitch misses inside, 2-1. 51 strikes, 32 balls, two strikeouts for Cole Urban up to this point. He has struggled with some command a little bit, as that's going to be a ground ball back up the middle off the glove of the diving shortstop, and they will have a 1-out single and a chance to try to put the lead back up. I don't bet. I don't bet at all. Welcome, Alan. I've been wondering where you been, man. Yeah, I do not bet. I feel like if I did bet, that would affect my callings of the game also. As that is up and in, and that's ball one. Oh, we have a all right, the 1-0 pitch to An Chi Young. He fakes the bunt and pulls it back, and it's 2-0. There is one out. I don't know what he's bunting for, but it may be because An Chi Young is 0 for the day, 0 for the season, as he's hitting a 0. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. And that's in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. What would you, Alan, since you are a Bears aficionado, what would you say the Bears' biggest problem is? If you could change one thing, what would you change? The 2-0 or the 2-1 pitch sets up on the outside, and that's going to be a chopper, but it's foul, 2-2. Now at 88 pitches. is this Mary Kate's second account, Samantha? Doosan needs better cheerleaders? I hate to tell you, but oh, he hits him right in the face. Oh man. Oh man. He started to swing at no, maybe it's is his hand? He was grabbing his glove or his face in his helmet. I think he fouled it off though. Oh, right off the hand. Oh, right off the knuckles as he was coming through. It looked like he was grabbing his face, so that's what I thought, but it does look like he swung, like he went around. So they are gonna say he did not go around. Win what? All right, so Wong Jae Gyun now steps in. And that will be it for Cole Urban. We'll have a pitching change after all of that. Yeah, we'll have a pitching change. So hit by pitch there. Uh, for Samantha, I will tell you this. Doosan has probably the most famous cheerleaders. I don't know, the blonde girl, So Hess or something like that. Uh, and then on top of that, the most popular, I think her name is Paki Young, Paki Rong, something like that. All I know about the Doosan cheerleader is she used to be the Lotte cheerleader for years, maybe 15 years. Went to Doosan last year or maybe the year before. But I do remember the catcher for KT was gonna get sued by her for like slander. So just so you guys know, the slander laws in Korea are really, really, really strict. And so he was gonna get sued by her. Again, part of the reason why that he gets so much stuff. Uh, yeah, Doosan is still missing their starter, their main Korean starter. Bin is still not pitched yet this year. All right, so we've got runners on a first and a second. Wong Jae-gyun. He's saying, "Hey, when you're gonna duck out of the way, you got to do it like this so that it doesn't hit you." Yeah, let's coach the guy that's a professional how to get out of the way. There's that spray pass. Everybody loves this spray pass. All right, runners on first and second. Che Ji Gong is in there to pitch now for Doosan, as that is first pitch is the ball. Che Ji Gong will get some stuff here. Che Ji Gong, 9.45 ERA, ladies and gentlemen. 7 games, 1 win, 3 losses, 1 hold. Yes, that's who they bring in first to pitch, ladies and gentlemen. As that is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Yeah, they can't help being down a starter, but so that's not something you can change, obviously. And here comes the 1-1. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. So, how do they fix that, Alan? What would they do? Do you think it's the scouting reports? Do you think it's the coaching staff? What do you think it is? The captain is that's going to be a single into right field. Cave will come up throwing the throw home nowhere near as Yang Yi is not able to make the play, and Wang Jae Gyun will come up with an RBI single to put the KT up 5-3. Not only that, so Wang Jae-gyun goes over to second on the throw as it was not good at all. They've now got runners on first or second and a third with just 1 out as they bring up the number 3 hitter on Hyun Min. So it'll be interesting. Do they charge Doosan with an error on that throw? Because it was bad. And when I say bad, I mean bad. They might give Jake Cave an error on that throw because Wong Jae Gyun was able to go to second because the throw was so bad. As An Hyun Min steps in, he's 1 for 3 today with a single in the first, and he fouls that one away, and it's 0-1. So, would you change the manager? All righty, here comes the 2-1 pitch or the 0-1 pitch, way up high, and that gets away from Yang Yi, but he doesn't come home. And that's his 1-1. He got lucky there as An Chi Young was not paying any attention. All right, the 1-1. He pops him up. That's might get out of play, and it does, and into the bullpen, and it's 1-2. All righty, Che Ji Gong, first guy in, an ERA of 9. It gave up a single went over to second on the throw. They've got runners at second and third now. The number 3 hitter, An Hyun Min, the DH, 1 for 3 on the day. Single, a 6-3 ground out, and a fly out to center field with Rojas on deck. KT hit into 2 double plays in the first 2 innings to end rallies. We'll see what happens here. All right, the 1-2 runs way inside, and it's 2-2. Da-da-da. All right, so maybe the hitting coach, as the 2-2 is that's going to be a ground ball, but foul. So would you say that's the head coach that you would replace? Again, you only get one choice. You only get one thing. You can replace the hitting coach or the head coach. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. And as he goes, grabs by the third baseman, he's not going to be able to make the play at home. A great stop by the third baseman that ends up saving a run. But one more comes in, and they've got a runner over at third base with Rojas stepping in as An Hyun Min, the RBI groundouts, scores another one for KT. Just way too quick over at third base, off on contact. He had to was going to go home, but not enough time. That means that Wang Jae-gyun is over at third base. Rojas comes up to bat. As Rojas flips over to the or the left side now and swings it the first. That's nowhere near the strike zone, and it's 0-1. Hong Sung Ho was up early on the grass, or up on the grass there, but makes the diving stop, not able to come home as, again, the runner at third, An Chi-young, was off on contact. But here comes the 0-1 pitch to Rojas. He stays away, and it is a ball 1-1. Little apartments. Little apartment song. All righty, here comes the 1-1 pitch to Rojas. Sets up down the middle as he lays off of it, but the curveball's in there for a strike, and it's 1-2 now. Rojas not having a good season, having a good day though. Having himself a good day. He's 2 for 2 on the day, or 2 for 3 on the day, and 2 RBI single in his first at bat, and our single in his second at bat. Struck out in his last at bat on a full count though. So 2 for 3 on the day. He's sitting at a 1-2 count now as that curveball catches the bottom of the zone and fouls that away, and it stays 1-2. 14 pitches now for Che Ji Gong. And goodbye, baseball. That pretty much ends this game as the 2-run shot puts them up 8-5. I was answering a text and look up to see the ball going to the outfield. Goodbye, baseball. Goodbye, Doosan's chance of winning this game. It is now 8-3. Goodbye. Bye. All right. So, like I said, he thrown 14 pitches. He had an ERA of 9, and that is not going to help him here as that pitch is low and it's 1 and 0. Jang Sung Woo. Do you tell him to pick a different team? As Jang Sung Woo 0 for 3 on the day, a 6-4-3 ground out into a double play, a line out to the shortstop, and a 5-3 ground out in his last. He just put that right in the middle. Rojas knew right away. And that's going to be a chopper. The third baseman coming in, throwing on the run. Don't know why, because the catcher was running, and that will be 3 away. But they get 4 more on a couple hits and a 2-run shot by Rojas. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 8-3 KT. As I've got to update some numbers here. KT's got more than 8 hits. They've got to 10 hits, ladies and gentlemen. So Doosan kissed that chance away. Well, I think you're setting pretty fine, Chills. As KT should be going to the bullpen here. Again, Jesus, yep. Wang Song Hyun will come in to pitch now. Yeah, they do. Which is the thing. I actually said that earlier. Because Doosan's manager is a lame duck manager. So he is a lame duck manager. You know, the absolute legend in. So he was a legend as a Samsung Lion, but as a coach, he has been awful. And that is outside. I want to know. So Wan Song Hyun on the mound to take over as Jesus gets plenty of run support today. So Park Jun Young leads things off from the number 7 spot for Doosan, as that's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1 now. So Park Jun Young 1 for 2 on the day is 2.65 ERA for Wang Song Hyun. 15 games, a 1 loss, of 5 holds. But Park Jun Young 1 for 2, a single in his first at bats, and then a fly out to center in his last as he looks at that pitch that runs in by his knees, and it's 2-1. So he will get the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the bottom of the 7th with a 5-run lead. This is up high, and it's 3-1. As that's just catches the inside corner. Good Lord. That must have got a stitch on it or something. Maybe it blew a speck of dirt that caught it or something, because that did not look like he was going to catch it by much. All right, we've got a 3-2, and that is nowhere near the strike zone. That will be a leadoff walk to the number 7 hitter, and just 13 more walks, and Doosan is back in this game, ladies and gentlemen. Only down 5. That brings up the number 8 hitter, Oh Myung Jin. He reached on an error in his first at bats, came around to score, and then lined out to the shortstop in his second at bat. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Did have a his first career home run the other day, but it was a big one, a grand slam. He will look to hit a grand slam with only one runner on as that swing attempts it, and it's 0-1. 235 on the season for the second baseman. Hitless in the series so far, and the 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Oh, that was a bad pitch. 2-2. Again, if you give them enough chances, you've got Jung Soo Bin, Cabe, and Yang E.G. up at the top of that order. They can bring up 6 runs pretty carefully, as that is going to be in the dirt. And now it's 3-2. Another full counts, 2 straight full counts to lead off the 7th inning here for Wang Song Hyun. 11 pitches, and half of them have not been across the plates. Here we go. 3-2 pitch. Oh Myung Jin, 0 for 2 on the day, 0 for the series, and he rips that one. A diving stop by the third baseman. His second line out of the day is Wang Jae-gyun. Makes the diving stop over there at third base, and that will be 1 away. Not he lost his position in the offseason as they signed Hog Young Min, and getting a rare start over at third base as Hog Young Min has been struggling a little bit offensively. As first pitch there to Kang Seung Ho is a strike, and it's 0-1. Kang Seung Ho 0 for 1 on the day, or 1 for 2 on the day. He singled and scored a run in his last at bat. Popped up to the second baseman in his first at bats. Again, still struggling. That's why he's all the way down in the 9 spot, where he was maybe in the 2 or 5 spot earlier in the season. A swing and a miss there, and it's 0-2. 213 on the season for the third baseman. He took over at third for the KT third baseman, who's not even playing today, as that misses inside, 1-2. And Hog Young Min played in Doosan for years, maybe 10, 11, 12 years. I'll check real quick, see if I can find him. Oh, Hog Young Min is off the roster, so that will be a looking strikeout, and that will be 2 away. So Hog Young Min is off the roster, apparently. That's why he's not starting. Oh, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button. That flips the lineup back over to Jung Soo Bin. 0 for 3 on the day. Fly out to in foul territory to left field in his first at bat. A fly out to right in his second, and a 4-3 ground out in his last at bats. So 0 for 3 on the day. Looks at ball 1 there, 1-0. Yeah, when did he get injured? When did he get injured? Because I saw Kang Bae Ko finally came back. Did he get injured Sunday? Is that is in there for a strike? Because he played Sunday. Because I streamed the Hanwha KT games and he played. As that misses, and that's 3-0. All right, here comes the 3-0, and that is just catching the bottom of the zone, and it's 3-1. See how he got injured. Let me see. A month. Wow. That catches the inside, and now it's 3-2. Another 3-2 count here. Third 3-2 count of the inning for Wang Sung Hyun. As a liner to the shortstop, and that's will be 3 away in the bottom of the seventh, and we'll go to the eighth inning. It's 8-3 Doosan. Not even a close game anymore. They had a leadoff walk, but proceed to go 0 for 3 with runners on with the 8-9-1, and because he played Sunday. He played Sunday against Hanwha. He rests for 2 weeks. So it says he'll be out for at least a month. He has to rest. Has to rest for 2 weeks. I'm trying to see what it was. Thank you, thank you. Oh, who's it? Eugene. Thank you, thank you. John Eugene. Yeah, it doesn't really say. It just says he's out for a month. Blood in the injured area to drain. I have no idea what that means. All right, so we've got to the top of the eighth inning here. Moon Sang Chol will lead things off. Is it Hong Min Gyu will take over on the mound for Doosan. So 2.31 ERA, 8 games, a 1 win, 1 save, 11.2 innings, 8 strikeouts, 5 walks. He looks young. Moon Sang Chol, the first pitch is in there for strike, and it's 0-1. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. That catches the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Hong Min Gyu. He looks young. Born in 2006. He is 18 years old. Born on 9/11/2006. As of the 0-2, that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop grabs it, throws, and 1 away. That's going to bring up old Guangdong Jin, the shortstop. Wang Dongjin, 385 on the season. He's 1 for 2 on the day. A single and run scored back in the second. A sacrifice bunt, stupid sacrifice bunts, and a line out to the second baseman in his last at bats. As little time is called, and here we go. The first pitch. And there for a strike. And it's 0-1. And the 0-1 in there for a strike, and it's a 0-2 at the beautiful pitch at the bottom of the zone. Here we go. The 0-2 pitch. He slaps it to the third baseman, catches it, and that'll be his second line out of the day. Will got 2 away here as that brings up the number 8 hitter, Beijing Day. A little soft liner caught by the third baseman, a couple steps to his left. Yeah, I streamed the KT game, the KT Hanwha game on Saturday and Sunday, and he played in both of those games. So I was surprised uh, that he wasn't on. I thought maybe he was just getting a day off because I know he didn't play well over the weekend, so I thought he was just getting a day off. But yeah, he's not even on the roster. 0-1 in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. So I do know Kong Baek Ho finally came back. He came back yesterday. 0 for 3 yesterday, though. Did have a walk. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strikeouts. 1, 2, 3. Go the KT Wiz as we will go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 8-3 KT. That was a very quick and efficient inning from the 18-year-old. Doosan will have the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up as they try to put a little bit of a dent into this lead. They've got to get a couple runs here. They got to get 2 or 3 runs here just to have a real chance. Elsewhere around the league, LG went up 2-1 against Hanwha, but Mr. Wang Young Mookie with a 2-run shot to give Hanwha the 3-2 lead. They're in the bottom of the 8th. Lotte got upset that KT had the best run differential, so they scored another 2, and they're up 9-3 now against Kium. NC's up 4-0 against Kia, and threatening with more as they've got runners on first and second with just 1 out in the top of the 7th. The other game that I thought about struggling or streaming is a much better game, as it is 4-4 in the top of the 8th. Samsung and SSG tied at foes. As Samsung went up 1-0, SSG tied it at 1, and then Samsung scored 2, and then SSG tied it at 2, and then Samsung fell down by 1, and then Samsung tied it. As we'll have another new pitcher. So Song Dong-hyun out on the mound now for KT. All right, the bottom of the 8th here. Cave leading things off, 345 on the season, 0 for 2 today, though, as that's first pitch is popped foul, and it's 0-1. Lined out to the second baseman in his first at bats is Son Dong-hyo, 49 ERA, .49, that is, 17 games, 3 wins, and 3 holds. So, Cave lined out to the second baseman in his first at bat, walked in his second at bats, and then a 4-3 RBI groundout in his second as he looks at the curveball in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Okay, leading the league or leading the Bears with a WAR of .99. Would love to get that over one, as that is up high and it's 1-2. Gabe is doing exactly what I thought he would. My preseason report on Cave, if I can see if I can find it here. Here we go. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that is one away in the bottom of the eighth. What did I say about Cave? Hmm. Cave will take over in right field for the Bears. He isn't going to be winning any home run derbies, but he put up solid numbers in AAA and AA that should translate well, especially the low strikeout rate as he adjusts to the ABS zone. Man, could I not have been better? As Yang EG fouls that away, and it's 0-1. Absolutely home run on that one. And the 0-1 in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Just catches the curveball, drop it into the very top of the zone. Here we go. The 0-2 pitch, right-hand batter, right-handed pitcher. As they set up? They set up on the outside, and that is ripped into left field. That will one hop into the wall. Rojas will cut it off. And Yang EG is on base for the third time today with a one out single. Yang EG doing what he can if he could only get some help. A walk, a double with an RBI, a single here. He just been retired one time on a fly out to center field. All right, Josu Hang steps in, getting his first at bat of the day. He's first pitch swings a fly ball to center field. Jung Day under it, and that is two away. All right, it brings up Kim Gi-yeon. Again, Kim Gi-yeon with a solo shots back in the fourth inning. And he put the game at least closer with a 4-2 game at the time of his solo shot. 0 for 2 on his other at bats, 1 for 3 on the day, and looks at strike one on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. 293 for the backup catcher, DHing today. And one is bad in the lineup if he can't catch. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fouled away, and it's 0-2. And the 0-2 in the dirts, 1-2. All right, the 1-2 pitch. He goes and rips it into the KT bullpen, and we'll have another 1-2 pitch. The game is not any close. This game is not close. Only game that well, actually, now NC's up 7-0 against Kia, which pretty much makes this game the third closest game in the day. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Lovely. They've got the closer warming up in a 5-run game, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome. And here comes the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball through the left side, and he's on base for the second time today as both of the catchers decided that they are going to take this game into their own hands. That brings up the number 5 hitter, Yang Sung Wan. He is 0 for 3 on the day, a fly out to left and 2 Ks. She is super happy about him. All right, Yang Sung Wan, 264 as the time is called. And that's going to be ball one, not time. That is a pitch clock violation, and it's 1-0. What are they talking about? Like, did they not watch the umpire? All right, runners on to first and second, 2 outs. Yang Song Wan as the catcher will come out and have a little chit chat with the pitcher. With the runners in scoring position, opponents are hitting goose eggs against them. 0 for 18 on the season against Song Dong Hyun. With runners in scoring position, he would like to extend that to 0 for 19. There is not a lot of speed on the base pass. All righty, here comes the 1-0 pitch outside, and it's 2-0. 0 for 3, struck out in his last 2 at bats. And here comes the 2-0 as that is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. Well, it wasn't just the bullpen, as Cole Urban ended up giving up 6 runs as he the bullpen came in and didn't get any outs as that is popped up. Center fielder comes running in. He'll be under it, and that will be 3 away. He extends it to an 0 for 19 to start the season with runners in scoring position. We'll head to the 9th inning. It's 8-3 Doosan. Oh for 4 on the day. Again, the when your entire infield is batting 6, 7, 8, and 9 on, that does not say anything good for your team and your offense. Is Hanwha is about to put this out of reach. A home run by Moon Hyun Bin, a double by No Shiwan, and another double by Hawin Saw, the number 3 catcher on the roster. They're up 5-2 against LG. So they will move within 1.5 games of LG. Samsung with a 4-4 game right now. They have a runner on first with 1 out in the top of the 9th. They are trying to win against SSG, which would put them 1 game behind LG, as LG is about to lose their 4th straight game. Hanwha looking to win their 4th straight game. And Samsung now runners on first and second in the top of the 9th. I really wish I would have streamed that game, but I didn't. As we go to the top of the 9th again. Out on the mound is Kim Min Gyu for Doosan. So Hong Min Gyu and now Kim Min Gyu. And the first pitch to Jong Jun Won is a strike at a pitch above the zone, and it's 0-1. Oh, way up high, and it's 1-1. There we go. No, Jong Jun Won, the number 9 hitter for KT, is up. He is 2 for 3 on the day with two singles, an RBI single, and a run scoring, as that is 2-1 now. 238 now on the season for the second baseman, as KT is trying to figure out what to do up the middle, as the 2-1 is popped up. First baseman under it, maybe. There he goes as he catches it just in front of the foul line, and that will be one away. Flips the lineup back over to An Chi Young. An Chi Young hit by a pitch in his last at bats. Ended up coming around to score though. And up high, 1-0. Oops, wrong side. Lotte now up 10-3. And that misses inside at 2-0. And the 2-0. 3-0. And that's a give me over fastball. There we go. Whoops. All right, to the 3-1 pitch and a foul to straight back brings the count full 3-2. Only the second full count of the day for KT. The other one was Roas, struck out in a full count in the sixth inning, as that is fouled away and it stays 3-2. What are you interested in? I could probably help you. I've followed the league for a little over a decade. All right, the 3-2 fouled away once again, and we'll have another 3-2 pitch. Because one is not enough. We've got to have way, 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 way more. And the 3-2 looks its ball four just outside. And the leadoff, well, not the leadoff, but the, leadoff batter will be on base with a full count walk. That brings up Wang Jae-gyun. Wang Jae-gyun, a 2 for 4 on the day. A run, single, and scored a run in the first, a strikeout, a 6-3 ground out, and then an RBI single in his last at bats, and scored a run also. Back in the seventh, looks at ball one up and in, and it's 1-0. And a swing and a miss, 1-1. Da-na-na. I am trying to do something real quick. And that is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. Not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to do something really quickly. Mm. The 2-2 fouls it into Yang EG. He gives him a little dirty look, and it stays 2-2. Do enjoy Yang EG as he seems to be having fun, even though his team sucks. And almost hits him as he dives down into the ground. The pitcher's like, "Hey, you just hit the ball into my catcher. You can now fall down to the ground trying to get away." Yeah, Alan, it has not been pretty. All right, the 3-2 pitch once again, and that's going to be slapped to the right side. He will go first to third, and just like that, KT is threatening with some more. As the now runners on first and third with a still just one out. Man, make it stop. Make it stop. Ladies and gentlemen, be gentle. Man, Doosan bullpen is awful. Another ball. Another ball. So An Min, 1 for 4 on the day. He single and run scored in his first at bats, a 5-3 ground out in his last at bats, but scored an RBI. And that is hooking foul, 1-1 now. Yeah, An Min. The Doosan bullpen is awful. That misses low, and it's 2-1. Pops him up, but it gets out of play. And a swing and a miss at a pitch way up in the zone, and that's will be 2 away. Brings up Rojas. Rojas with a 2-run shot in his last at bats. Way too much, but all right. All righty, 2 down now in the top of the ninth. The runners on first and second. Rojas steps up as they give him a little warning, I guess. I don't know what that is. All right, to the 1-0 pitch to Rojas in there for a strike, and it's 1-1 now. I guess that was a pitch clock violation. Rojas on the day, 3 for 4 with a strikeout, a single with 2 RBIs, a single, and a 2-run shot. As that is in the dirt, and it's now 2-1. Will he get you know, how about a 3-run shot here? How about a 3-run shot? Just to you know, why not? All right, the 2-1 pitch in there for a strike is Yang G's not even able to hold on to it. Doosan is just a really old team. A lot of their guys are on the downhill slope of their careers. They have not drafted particularly well. They've not developed particularly well. Their manager, again, the big decision to send that is ripped foul. The big decision that I feel like has hurt Doosan the most was when the Lotte manager, the current Lotte manager, they let him go because he wasn't winning championships. I mean, they were still making it to the championship, but they weren't winning them. So they let him go, and he's got Lotte in a very good position, as that is another 3-2 count, the third 3-2 count of this inning. 30 pitches now for the reliever. All righty, here comes the 3-2 pitch again. A walk and a single in the other two this inning. Rojas is one full count earlier was a strikeout, and here comes the 3-2 pitch in the dirt, and that will load the bases. Will they decide to, you know, I don't know, keep him out there for some more pitches? He's only thrown 31, ladies and gentlemen, only thrown 31. Got runners on every bag, and will they have Kangbae Ko pinch hitting here? Nope, they're gonna have. Luckily for Doosan, they're gonna bring up Jong Sung Woo, who is hitting 186 on the season. He is 0 for 4 today. He has provided 5 outs. As the first pitch is swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Good lord! Again, I just don't understand why he's in the lineup. All righty, here comes the 0-1 pitch, up and in, and it's 1-1. 32 pitches, 33 pitches now from the reliever. 33 pitches now from the reliever. And here comes the pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Yeah, have to wonder how long he's going to leave them in there. 34 pitches. I have to think that if he gets a hit here, it will be the end. Kind of like the end of the Hanwha game. Hanwha ends up winning 5-2. Another come from behind victory, as that misses upstairs, and it's 2-2. Hanwha now with 11 come from behind victories on the season. They've now won 4. LG has lost 4. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Pops it up, but it gets out of foul, and it stays 2-2. Yeah, that's the game that I really was gonna. I was gonna stream that game until I saw that Jesus was making his return today. Mm. All righty, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's 0 for 5 on the day as he's left half a dozen on the bases. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. Doosan only needs 5 runs to, make this game extras innings. So they can do it, right? 0 for 5 on the day. Only 5. They've when was the last time they scored 5? They scored 13 runs on Sunday. They know how to score 5. When was the last time they scored 5 in an inning? Yeah, they scored 5 in the 6th inning on Sunday. They're well versed in the ability to score 5 runs in an inning. I think it would be hilarious if Doosan comes back to tie this game, all because the KT manager still wants to play that the KT catcher who goes over 5 and leaves the again. Let's see, left 3 on the bases that time. What else did he do? Uh, he had a 6-4-3 double inning or a 6-4-3 double play in his first at bats. He stranded a guy on the second or on first in his second at bats. The only, yeah, I mean, just awful. All right, Kim Min Soo out on the mound for KT. Not entirely sure why he's sending this guy out. Oh, Kim Min Soo out on the mound. And it's a 5-run game. You bring in a guy that's already pitched in 18 games on the season. Bring in somebody else. You got other guys. Is Park Jun Young leads things off, the number 7 hitter. So he's going to have to face the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. He walked in his last at bat, 1 for 2 on the day. He rips that one foul, but it's 1-1 now. So Park Jun Young, the shortstop, followed by Om Young Jin and Kang Sung Ho. So a 1 hit here, an error on a next batter as that is into the ground, and it's 1-2. Sweet dance moves, lady. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away again, and it stays 1-2. Oh. All right, let's try this again. And the 1-2 pitch in the dirts, 2-2. All they need is base runners. No matter how they get them, they just need base runners. All they need is base runners, the base runners. And a swing and a miss, and that's his strikeouts out number 1. They're down to their final 2 outs. Bring up the number 8 hitter. Ah. All right, here we go. Doosan writing down things to see. I don't know what they're looking for. Maybe some offense. Swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. Oh, Myung Jin lined out in his last at bats, lined out in the out before that, and reached on an air. He has hit the ball hard all 3 times, but has only been on once, courtesy of the air, as he looks at strike 2 on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Misses way outside, just like usual. Can't possibly strike somebody out on 3 pitches. They need to start, I don't know, looking for a new manager. As the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that's strikeouts number 2 in the inning. Outs number 2 in the inning, and Doosan is down to their final outs with only needing 5 runs. They've got Kang Sung Ho steps in. He struck out looking in his last at bat, 1 for 3 on the day. Does have a single and a run scored. And here comes the first pitch, a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. Is Look around the diamond at all of the players that have scored runs. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch that might have hit the plates, as that is now 0-2. Oops, the wrong side. All right, you got an 0-2 pitch. Oh, right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Can we get an 0-2 pitch in the other batter's box? There we go. He sets up in the other batter's box, and he leaks it across the plates to a right fielder. Catches it. That will be the end of this game. 8-3 KT, a big win for KT as they are trying to climb up the ladder in the standings. Oh, not really any decent. It really was not a good game. Not a good game at all, honestly. Uh, KT, 3 runs in the first inning. They got to Cole Urban quickly. 4 straight singles in the first inning. They were only saved quite. They were saved by the number 5 hitter that continues to be in the lineup despite not being able to throw, not being able to catch, and not be able to hit. The 3 important things of being a baseball player. A 6-4-3 ground out to pretty much put a damper on that. Then they did add up another one off of a single, a sacrifice bunt, and then another single down at the bottom of the order to put them up 4-0 early. Bears slowly worked back and got a run here and there. They got a run in the third because of an error, a solo shot, and then a couple hits. But the game got put out of reach, and the 7th inning uh, started with a ground out, and then a single by the number 9 hitter, hit by pitch, then a single by Wong Jae-gyun scored a run, then a ground out on Hyun Min with a 5-3 ground out, but that also scored a run. It was actually a great play by Kang Sung-ho to makes a diving stop to save another run, but that run ended up coming around anyway because the next batter was Rojas, who hit a 2-run shot. Rojas ended up going 3 for 4 on the day with a single, 2 singles, home run, 4 RBIs, a walk. So absolutely fantastic day for Rojas. If he starts heating up, that is obviously a huge thing for KT, as they need something with Hog Young Min being out now for a month. Kang Baek-ho is back, but he's still not playing regularly. They got to do something to solve their problems with the catcher. So, yeah, I mean, KT dominated the game again. Doosan has not impressed me since this manager took over. I have not once been impressed by his ability to call a game or his ability to lead a team. I even said it in my preseason picks that I just don't think he's a good manager. He was a legend. He was a legend at first. He was a legend player, but legend players often suck as managers. They don't understand how to coach. They don't understand how to put people in the best positions because they were always the best position. Doosan needs to do something. I expect to see some changes coming up as Doosan is now down in 8th. With NC's up 7-0 against Kia, which means Doosan will be a half game ahead of NC, down for the 9th spots. Kiom is coming back. They're down 10-5 now against Lotte. But yeah, KT is off to a decent start. They're going to be in the number 5 spots, hanging out in the number 5 spots for a while. They're 4 games back of LG. Actually, it'll be 3.5 now when you count today's win. So KT, again, a very slow starting team. For the last few years, they've been very slow. In fact, they were in last whenever they won their championship. Or in last year, and then in 2023 they were in last and ended up being second in the league when they lost to LG in the championship. So KT is normally a slow starting team. The fact that they are already in the playoff spots in April, at the end of April, as today is the last day of April, says a lot if they're allowed, if they can keep going. They've dealt with some injuries already. It's not like they haven't had some injuries. Jesus again makes his first appearance today after missing 2 starts with an injury. Kangbae Ko came back yesterday after an injury. Hog Young Min though is now injured again. Uh, so they've had some injuries, but they've battled through those. Uh, so tomorrow they'll have again. They'll look for the sweep against Doosan, as Doosan is just reeling. They are just not playing well at all. Minus a random strange win here and there. They just don't strike fear into anybody. Their starting pitchers, their foreign starting pitchers, have not pitched very well. Their bullpen has been very bad. And again, they're still missing Walkbean, who is injured, hasn't pitched at all yet this year. So they struggled last year with their starting pitching. It was actually very, very, very bad starting pitching last year because they didn't have any good foreign starters. And it's the same this year. Their foreign starters are not very good. I said in my preview that I didn't think that they were going to be very good, uh, and they haven't been. So we'll see if they can turn it around. Uh, Again, I think they're going to be some of the first to be done for the season. Be done in the KBO, I should say. Elsewhere around the league, recap real quick. Again, Hanwha and LG is the matchup that everybody wants to see. I'll be doing that one tomorrow. Game 3 is Hanwha looks to sweep LG, and if they are able to sweep LG, that is huge because that would put them just a half a game behind LG for second place or first place. Uh, Hanwha came back again. Another victory, come from behind victory. They now have 11 come from behind victories, easily the most in the league without a question. It might be double the next team. Lotte is currently up 10-5 against QM in the top of the 5th. NC's currently up 7-0 in the top of the 9th. Or sorry, the top of the I said top of the 5th. Top of the 9th. Lotte's up 10-5 against QM. NC's up 7-0 against Kia in the top of the 9th. And Samsung is up 6-4 in the top of the 10th with a runner on first and 2 outs. They've already put up 2 runs in the top of the 10th. Whether or not they can hold on. If they can hold on, that puts them just 1 game behind LG on the season. And in fact, that would mean that they could actually be tied for first if Hanwha sweeps and Samsung sweeps, which means a lot as next week will be Hanwha versus Samsung. So a very, very important, again, I talked about a very big and important stretch for Hanwha to prove that they actually are one of the top teams in the league. Then Samsung is finding their stride. They're scoring when they need to, and the important thing here is they're winning on the road finally. Again, they're playing on the road at SSG. SSG does have the smallest fences and the smallest left and right field poles. So it's not like it's a big stadium, but it is to the power alleys to left center, right center. It is a slightly deeper field than Samsung. So winning at SSG doesn't say a lot. Again, I picked SSG to finish 9th in the league just because they don't have any starting pitching. They are really, really leaning on Anderson and White to get the job done. But KT gets the win 8-3. Was in doubt up until the 5th inning, but once the 7th inning hit, the game was pretty much over. Looking at Doosan, even when they were coming back, even after the Kim Gi-yeon solo home run, honestly, Doosan just looks flat. They look like they have no energy. Look like they have no looks like they have no desire to be playing baseball. They just look completely, completely flat. They have no energy. That's a dugout thing. Obviously, that is a huge, huge dugout thing. But that's it for me. I'll be back tomorrow. Again, I'll be doing the Hanwha versus LG game at same time at 6:30. After that, this weekend we'll go into some other games. Should have I believe Doosan at SS or at Samsung later on Friday. So tomorrow LG versus Hanwha, be game 3. Moondongju versus, I believe LG will be starting their new pitcher. So we'll see. But that's it for me. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow. And as always, until next time.